Okay, if you're watching this on YouTube, just fast forward a little bit until people start coming in, and then we'll start. It shows there's 4 people here. Hi, CB. I think I've got everything ready. I don't know. Who knows? Hi, Cindy. Hi, Eileen. So anyway, I'm just going to assemble the whole journal from the very beginning, including painting the chipboard. Hi, Melody. So yeah, I think I've got everything. I can't actually finish it because I don't have the ribbon to do the ties. So yeah, which means I can't put the inside papers on either. But we can at least cut them and get them ready to go. Hi, Jean. So it was fun watching Dee Dee this morning color with the pan pastels again. Every time she uses them, it's like I want to get them out and mess with them. But she's getting really, really proficient at it. She really is. So you know what? Let me get a pop-out chat because I can't stand the black background. And that should help. Lock in chat. I think we're good to go. Hi, Joycey. You might not talk much. That's okay. Your fingers are probably tired from this morning. Hi, Norma. Anyway, all right. I'll get my ruler out. I know Eileen is so excited about that. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Colleen. Colleen, your room is so beautiful. I'm not kidding. I love that picture you've got above your desk. I just would be so afraid to trash it out. Because I know me. A ruler. We're using a ruler. But for people who maybe haven't done it, you'll learn. It's a pretty simple deal. And I am going to fold the innards, which is going to be crazy because it is almost too pretty, Colleen. It is. You know what? I think you've got that wood flooring, right? Because I was wondering, you know, what kind of flooring. I think it's the wood flooring. It's beautiful. The flooring in your house is so gorgeous. Hi, Kia. I know. I would love her art space. I'd just be afraid I'd trash it out because I know me. I open the cupboards around here with my dirty hands. Next thing I know, I've got my magic eraser out and there's splatters on them still. They need painting so bad. And Cat Fax CB, could you send Hubs up here and let him paint my cabinetry? Vinyl planks. Okay. Yeah, good to clean up then. You're using a ruler too. Hey, Josie. All right, let's see. We'll get a pencil out. I'm going to go ahead and do mine today. And I think I'm going to do mine with a black background. I'll just use this black background. I think this brown looks so good against that black. I think I'm going to do mine black as well. Easy to clean, looks like wood. Okay, yeah. Because that's the thing is I have carpet in here. Fortunately, I've got a piece that I can replace the carpet in here. But yeah, I'm going to put it on black. Anyway, yeah, there's so much I need to do. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and start now. Most people are here. Hi, Lori. Haven't seen you around in a while. Hi, Lucy. Paint and resin all over your floor. Luckily, I was doing it in the basement. Oh, yeah, lucky you, Lucy. Yeah, I would love to put wood throughout my entire house. I really would. All right, I'm going to measure this just because that's kind of how you got to start. 4.5 inches this way, and I know it's 6 inches this way. So we're talking 4.5 by 6. So I want a 1/4 inch all the way around. So I'm going to go with 5 by 6.5. I've only got 8.5 by 11-inch chipboard, so there's going to be waste here, but whatever. So I said 6.5, and this chipboard is too thick to cut with a cutter, so I'm going to have to use my X-Acto. And you guys aren't seeing the whole thing, but I may have to move the camera out. I didn't even load the software. I'll just do it manually. And if you cut it this way, if you leave the spine 2 inches, which is what I'm going to do, the piece that's left over should be 2 inches for your spine if you're using 8.5 by 11. I am going to look tomorrow for some 12 by 12 chipboard, so I don't have quite so much waste. And what did I say? This is going to be 5 inches. So each sheet will make one cover, front and back. So I guess there's not a huge amount of waste, but I think a larger sheet would work better. Well, but wait. 6.5. No, the 12 by 12 isn't going to help me either. So I guess I'll just order off Amazon. Hi, Kathy. Anybody else I might have missed who's coming in while I'm cutting? Okay, so this should be my finished journal size. I didn't write it down, so I'm depending on my memory. What a dumbass I am. But if you've done it good, they should be identical, and they are, so I'm happy about that. I'll go ahead and cut this down to the 5-inch way. I like cutting like this because then I get to use my ruler, and it really, really annoys Eileen. So anything that annoys her, it's good in my world. All right, so actually out of the 8.5 by 11, this is all the scrap that's left. So I guess that's not horrible. I guess I'll just use what I've got. I hadn't thought about that. You need a guillotine cutter. Yo, stop using those rulers. I'm not getting a guillotine cutter. It's kind of like a die cutter or anything else. I'm not getting one. I don't need it. Don't want it. Thank you for the offer. And I hope let me check and see if I have 2 of these. I think I do. I do. I'm going to go ahead and use that. Hopefully I'll have enough. This Adirondack acrylic paint with the daubers. I don't remember where I got them, but I love the paint, but I absolutely hate the daubers. Hate them. So I left my paintbrush over by the sink again. And when Paula comes in, I'll go ahead and show the swatch book. The watercolor swatch book that I started. I really, really like it. It's fun. Wonder what I just knocked out. Mouse. I just use this so I don't have so much cleanup. don't need anything, Eileen. See, you start with that need thing, and next thing I know, I'm hitting the checkout button on freaking Amazon. The dust in my furniture is 7 years old. I would love to be able to start from scratch too, Kathy. You know, just start from scratch and reorganize everything, because after you get it kind of set up, going in and undoing it is a nightmare. Hi, Lane. Yeah, so I just live with it the way it is, and then hope my memory's good enough to help me find stuff when I need it. Okay. I hope I have enough of this black paint. If I don't, we'll have to go to plan B. But that Adirondack paint, I will say, it's awesome. It lays down real nice and flat. No, if you want texture, you're screwed using it, because I mean, it lays down absolutely flat, not a brush mark, nothing. So that's the reason I love the paint. But those daubers were a stupid idea. And a little bit of this paint goes a long, long, long way. But when they're used up, I'm not going to rebuy them. I will say that. Even though I love the paint inside, I will not be rebuying these daubers. And that's why you can go any direction with these paints, because you see no brush marks at all. And just get a good cover on them. I don't think I'll have to go twice over. I didn't on the one before, so. And it dries very fast too. That's another thing I love about it. You need another raw skate? I don't have one. I wish I did. You like the paint itself, Eileen. I don't like the daubers, but I do like the fact that it lays down so nice and flat. Yeah, I do like that. But I won't be buying it again. That's for sure. And I don't even know if I bought this or if it was given to me. I don't really remember. What didn't you like about the paint, Eileen? Because I actually do like the paint. I like that it lays down so nice and flat. And chipboard has a tendency to want to really, really absorb a lot of paint too. Hi, Dorothy. Kathy's buffering. I have it on the lowest latency. So it shouldn't be creating a problem. But let me know if everybody else. Norma's buffering. Is it bad buffering? I could go out and try a new server. That annoys the hell out of me. I haven't been having any trouble. I did not do a speed test today. But I've not been having any trouble with my speeds on this new internet. Hopefully I got all the edges real good. There's one that I didn't get so good. You can just refresh. You have to keep hitting the live button. Hit live a couple times and it stops. Okay, Jean has a good solution. But really, I have not had a moment's problem with this new internet. All right, the spine is done, front and back. This dries so quick, you know, like right now, I won't mind turning this over and painting it like right now. That's it for that bottle. Yay me. One less thing I have to house. I am excited though, Eileen, to get the shimmery paints, which is so stupid. I mean, I am so not shimmery person, but God, those paints, when Patty was using them yesterday again, oh my gosh, they look awesome. Did you use yours yet, Eileen? And I want some black watercolor paper now too, just to swatch them on because they're so pretty. And I don't really have to paint the entire front cover because the texture is going to go on top of it. But I probably will make it easy on myself. Make sure I get the edges real good because they will show. And this is that same glue brush that I use for everything because like right now, I don't care what I'm doing to the bristles. So I'm going to look at chat by the volume button. Oh, you have black watercolor paper coming tomorrow. I haven't even looked for it really. And I don't even know if like Michael's or anybody sells it. I mean, I can look tomorrow to see if they carry any. I don't remember ever having seen it in Michael's and Hobby Lobby. You got your texture paste magicals and Lumiere paint ready. You just need help. Get the black watercolor ground. I thought about that, Eileen. We were talking about that this morning. To me, it's just kind of a pain because it's just one more step in the whole process. It's like, oh my God, just buy the black paper and be done with it. The crazy thing is, I think Xandra bought the black arches when we were in well, I wasn't with her when she went to that store, but I think I remember her buying the black arches at the art store there in Sydney that was real close to where we were all staying. It was a great art store. I've never seen more. It wasn't big. It was absolutely packed with product. I mean, you could barely move in there, but it was so cool. It was one of the coolest art stores ever. I mean, just the amount of watercolors they had was mind-boggling. And CB bought some watercolors there, if I remember right, too. I'm sure she did. That was a cool art store, wasn't it, CB? Yeah, Z got hers in Australia. Okay. Well, I might end up buying the ground. Heck, I don't know. We'll see. Has anybody even looked on Amazon to see if they sell it? I need one more new thing, like I need a flipping a hole in the head. What is the matter with me? All right. I might have to go back and touch up where I've used my fingernails to hold it, but so far it looks good, real good. Let's see if I got the edges. I didn't get that edge good. Okay, looks like I got it. And then this is already pretty much dry. I mean, this paint, that's why I love it so much. It just dries so nice, so fast. My fingernails left marks. That's why I'm touching that up. All right, there we go. We'll let that sit and dry for a minute. You think you finished it? Yay, Eugene. The black is out of stock. Okay. Is that your cover you're painting? Yes, Marie. I cut the chipboard to the size that I wanted. And then I just painted it black. So I'll set that aside. Now I've got black paint everywhere. I'm going to get a baby wipe. Where did I put my baby wipes? Oh, this could be disastrous, you guys. Really, where did I throw the baby wipes? There they are. I think I just got pushed to the back. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to paint something else. I forgot the construction strips. Doggone it. Doggone it. There's a great art store in Tulsa. Yeah, please do, because I sure haven't found it, Norma. There used to be a great one, but it's turned into a framing shop now. I think I know what one you're talking about, Norma. Was it close to downtown Tulsa? Well, Triangle used to be in Tulsa too. And I like Triangle. I used to go to Triangle. They have totally closed down. Triangle has totally closed down. Is that the one you're talking about? But yeah, I used to go to Triangle way back when I worked at Ross Martin. And then the one downtown, I can't think the name of it. I'll think of it too. But yeah, it's turned into pretty much, they have a few art supplies. But yeah, they don't have, it's not like a Meinigers in Denver or something like that, or a Blix. Okay, these are just, I made these construction strips out of just some, that cheap craft cardstock. Ziegler. Yeah, Ziegler's, it's pretty much turned into a framing shop now. Elaine is from Tulsa, Norma. And Elaine, I don't think we went there together. And it's not in that great a part of town, frankly. But yeah, I have been there. Yeah, it's a frame shop now. I don't think there's a decent art store anywhere in Tulsa anymore. Triangle, well, Triangle was more like an engineering company, but they did carry some art supplies. Not a great amount, but a few. But I lived in Denver where we had some really good art stores. And plus the university had, in their bookstore, they had a great art department. So when I lived in Boulder, I was pretty spoiled because I worked right down by Meinigers, and I could get there after work anyway, easy. That's why my niece has to buy me all the cool stuff because she lives right there with all of it. And actually, there's a new one in Denver. Hey, Sandra. Okay, so while those dry, I'm going to go ahead and get the back of the texture. This is the sheets that you guys watch me texturize. This is a toilet paper one. And I think it's kind of curved when I let it just lay flat, but like right now it's laying flat. But I think with the score tape and the fast tack glue, I won't have any trouble with it laying its bad self down and staying flat. I love this one too. I just think this is so pretty. And maybe I should ask Eileen right now. Which one do you like better, Eileen, the gold or the brown? You like the brown better? All right, then I guess today I'm actually making Eileen's journal cover. I was going to do it as a surprise, but she likes the brown better, so she's getting the brown. That was a surprise. Because she's the one who makes me do all this crazy crap. And it's, believe me, it's her only pay, so she's not on the payroll officially. Now I can ask her questions, because one of the things I would do if it was going to be mine is go ahead and darken these edges with the black. To make it kind of meld more into the black background more. This is just score tape that I'm using. I save it for applications where if I want something to stick, I use the score tape. But for a lot of things, I just buy the double-sided score tape from the Wish app. And for most things, it works just fine. So I have to cock my head around this crazy camera. So I buy both, the score tape and the inexpensive Wish app tape. Okay. Oops. Okay. Score tape is great for adding foil around edges too. Oh, that's good to know, Eileen. Do you want me to darken these edges, Eileen? I think I want to make it meld into the background. I'm going to go meet Norma someday. I don't know when, but I'm going to go meet her someday for sure. Robert and I were actually talking about it yesterday, but since Elaine moved, I don't have anybody to come over and take care of my damn cat. And I can't just ask anybody because the cat is so vicious and gross. So, yeah. Oops. So, yeah. But we were talking the other day that it sure would be nice to be able to leave for a little while. But nobody to take care of the damn cat. Yeah, you can. One thing with the score tape, like when you put it down, you better be absolutely certain that whatever you're putting down is where you want it, because there is no repositioning. None at all. When it's down, it's down. That's it. Done deal. So I don't know. The cat kind of got traumatized, I think, when we were in Oklahoma City last year. Elaine still lived here then. So yeah, we're a little hesitant to just leave her on her own now. Hi, Dee Dee. Yeah, score tape, no repositioning. I'm just preparing this texture piece to go on top of the cover that I've already started. I have black everywhere, and now I just put black right in the middle there, so I got to get it up right now. Baby white. Where did I put them again? Oh my God. I gotta get down here and clean this mess out. Thanks, Dee Dee. Woohoo! Saved it. So I don't know when we'll take the plunge and decide we can leave this silly cat here alone for a couple days. And just like with the covers, you got to make sure you get this edge good and black, because that's the sort of thing that'll show up and you'll just go, oh my God, why didn't I notice that? Much easier to do it before it is affixed, I promise you. Jello. Seth after would be Jello. You think so, Eileen or Dee Dee? Holy cow. That's saying something right there. This was actually going to be mine, but then I asked Eileen which one she liked best. She chose this one, and that's fine. I can try and make another one because I actually have it on film. I could go back and watch myself recreate this whole thing. And I will do more of these. Actually, doing that texture stuff, it was a mess. I mean, I've got to do it on a day when I don't mind cleaning up for half my life. But I actually enjoyed the heck out of doing these. I definitely want to do them again, Eileen, when we get those shimmery paints. I'm going to do a shimmery one. And it'll be a gift for somebody, but yeah, I definitely want to do the shimmery paint one. I was there then. We lived in South Carolina at 101st and Yale. Parts of the traffic is crap and so much crime now. Yeah, Tulsa is a whole different place, I think, than it was even 10 years ago. Traffic has gotten crazy cuckoo. But one thing I will say about Tulsa is it's a really, really easy town to get around in. Like going from one edge of town to the other is not horrible. I was there not very long. Oh, I took Cuckoo to the airport. I was going to say, why was I there? All right, there you go. Both of those are just about gone now. Hey, Goofy, I'll come take care of Roxy and Stale while you go to Branson. You will? You could stay in my house and eat my food and water my plants. No, the plants are not going to be around too much longer. They come on Wednesdays, Zandra. But Roxy's not the kind of cat that I could put her in a bed and breakfast. Even though I know who owns the bed and breakfast, do that to the workers there. She's vicious, isn't she, Elaine? Elaine will tell you, man, she would hiss and snarl at Elaine. And she knew Elaine, but she'll hiss and snarl at anybody. Yeah, it is. It's very easy to get around in. I'm excited to get my Paul Rubens on Wednesday. And oh my God, I've got to get black out again. I'm not going to pour it this time. I'm just going to use right here out of the thing. I didn't get this edge good. The bee paper is also coming Wednesday. You flippin' enablers, I swear to God. I guess I didn't do any of the edges. Sucks to be me right now. Okay, now I think we've got it. Believe me, it's so much easier to do it before you lay it down. If you have to do it after you lay it down, you're really screwed. So there you go. They're just expanding my artsy horizon. Hi, Denise. Thanks for that little piece of advice. That cat is a devil. It is a devil. I'm excited about the bee paper. I have the marker bee paper. I got a really good deal on it at Hobby Lobby. I do love the bee. And didn't we decide when we were doing that marker paper comparison thing, didn't we decide that the bee paper was the nicest for the markers as well? Just clean up rice. We have to feed her too. Hi, Scooby. Get the ruler to make sure that, oh, believe me, Eileen, if you thought I was going to forget that portion, you really have lost your mind. Or you did go to the liquor store. Which is it? You've either lost your mind or you went to the liquor store. She threatened to go to the liquor store before this stream. All right, hands are clean enough now. I think I can touch stuff again. Now I've got to touch the black bottle. It probably has black ink all over it. Oh, her black paint. All right, we're good. We're good to go. All right, so the way I had this planned out was there will be a 1/4 inch all the way around on the cover. So I will measure a 1/4 inch, and they had no buttery nipples. That's a joke from New Year's Eve. It wasn't last year. Last year I did mudslides, I think. But the year before that, I had stopped in the liquor store to take wine to a friend's house for dinner. And right by the register, they have those pre-made drinks, which, okay, first of all, let me tell people who don't know me well, I am not much of a drinker. I'm not a teetotaler, but I'm not much of a drinker. But they had these drinks called buttery nipples. And so I was asking the clerk about them, what's in them and whatever. And they sounded so delicious that I went ahead and bought them. All right. And all you have to do is make the 2 marks on 2 sides. And if everything's square, it should work out okay. And I'm just checking it before I stick it down, because remember, with the score tape, you only got 1 shot. That's it. I've already got the score tape on this. And I'm going to use, I think at this point, the kind of glue that you use does not really matter. I just use the Eileen's Fast Tack. It's really, mine is really thick. I don't know if it's like that or if I've just had it so long, it's gotten old and crappy or what. But anyway, I'm just going to use it because I used it on this one, and this was a lot harder to work with, and it worked great. So that's why I figure when you find something that works, use it. Oh my God, what a ruler addiction. You act like you're surprised, like this is something new and different for you. And this is just a piece of cardboard weight that I'll smear the glue with. Look at how thick this stuff is. It's really thick. But when it sticks, it sticks. So that's a good thing. And it could be that mine's just real old, because it really is. But tomorrow I get to go shopping when we go to Joplin. We're going for another checkup on the rat. So yeah, I'll go shopping. So Eileen, if I need anything, you better speak up today. Because all the stores are available. You enabled the world. Oh, believe me, Z enables the world with everything. Z, if you want, or if somebody can go get the link to Z's online store. Oh my gosh, Z, I went and checked out your store last night. I haven't set up a cart yet, but I promise you I will. Z has turned into like the ultimate enabler. She always kind of has been, but now it's worse because now she has stuff in the store that you can just buy. She uses it, you buy it. Yep, that's how it works. It is really a nice store though, Z, and you've got good product in it. I wish you all the luck with that little endeavor because it's very cool. And if you want a link to the store, I'll tweet it when I get off here today. I was really actually very smart last night when I went to the store. I actually put it in my favorites so I could get back there. Okay, so I've got that glue spread pretty thin, or evenly. Now I'll take the backing off the score tape. And I think the score tape, I put the score tape on the edges because I don't want them popping up. I mean, I want them down. Paintandpaperstudio.com. There you go. Paintandpaperstudio.com. So you've got to be really sure when you're messing with this, and hopefully I'm on screen where you can see it. I don't have light where I can see the mark over here. Okay, there it is, right there. Because I don't want to have to peel this up. Believe me, I don't want to have to do that. All right, those are good. I think that's good. All right, it's a done deal. It is down. And it's pretty darn straight from what I can see. So I'm happy with that. Now I'm just pressing like crazy to make sure that glue sticks good. There, Eileen just put the link in. And see, now this is going to lay nice and flat. It's going to be just fine. I'm going to order the those bird stamps that you showed last night, Z. I am definitely going to order those. I think those are so cute because when in doubt, put a bird on it. Hello. Okay. I'm making sure this is down real good. I mean, so that they are like one piece now. That is going nowhere. And then I went ahead and cut the construction strips to put this together before I came on stream because I was just thinking, how can I speed this process up? But all I did was take some really inexpensive cardstock. This is the craft cardstock that you get in those packages at Michael's for like, oh, I will. You get like 3 packages for $10 or whatever. It's really crappy cardstock, but for something like this, it's pretty darn good. So that's what I made my construction strips out of. And then I just painted it black. And then this is score tape. And again, I use score because I want this to stay together. Yeah, I'm going to order them, Z, for sure. And last night during Xandra's stream, she was watercoloring. She got a new watercolor book that said something about if you're bored with watercoloring or something. I didn't buy the book, but I was sitting here doing really nothing anyway. And I thought, oh, I could just paint along with Xandra. So these are the crazy little birds that she was painting last night. And what did you say their names were, Jean? Blueberry and raspberry, it seems to me. But it was just a fun little exercise. Yeah, in amidst all the enabling that was going on. Okay. I'm going to use this side for it. And one of these, I think I cut a little bit smaller. That's the one. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut this down just a little bit. Because now I'm about ready to start assembling the book. I will go ahead and double check and make sure that the painting on the other pieces is good, so I don't have to mess with it a whole lot. But yeah, just put one construction strip there. I'll burnish it down like crazy. I don't mind going back and doing a little bit of touch up, but I don't want to be doing a whole lot of touch up after I get it constructed, because that's when, maybe not most people, but I know me, that's when eggplant and blueberry. Okay. Yeah, I had fun doing them. It was fun to play along with Z, for sure. All right, so there's the front cover. You want the binding on the left. Here's the spine. Looking at it, it looks good. Yep. Go ahead and put the spine onto here. And I had thought of different ways, because when I originally did the texture paste, I'm trying to get the little thing off here, the backing off the score tape, because I have goofy fingers. I was thinking about just doing it like this with no backer or border. And then when I saw it, I decided I really like the border a lot better. So I ended up making the journal slightly bigger. This one I'm going to redo. I really am. The watercolor birds. There's the little watercolor birds. Eggplant and blueberry. Okay, so I've already got the tape off this. at this point, this is just a piece. It doesn't matter. But you have to allow for expansion, I guess, is the best way to say that. You can't just butt the two pieces of cardboard up together. You've got to allow for the width of the cardboard to squeeze in. So how I normally do that is I have scored the construction strip already. You like the border, but the one without looks fabulous as well. Well, thank you, Lucy. But I really do like the ones with the borders. So generally what I do is go ahead and put this on there and make sure that my edges are meeting up and kind of stick it into the score tape and then force the score tape up onto it. And then I know I've got plenty of room for that chipboard to fit in there so that the book will open and shut comfortably. And then burnish like crazy. And that score tape, honestly, is going to hold that. You don't have to worry. It is going to hold it more than adequately. Now, when I do the inside, there'll also be a sheet here that will hold it. So stand it on end. Stand what on end? The book? Like this? Well, I've got this excess down here. I can't. Is that what you mean? Yeah, I stand it on end like that, if that's what you're talking about. Okay. Now, I don't think it matters which one you do next. This is the back cover. That could use another coat. Both of them could use another coat, actually. And this way, it doesn't matter at this point. Good look at those cuts because of that ruler, Eileen. They're absolutely perfect. Ugh, they're perfect. Oh, I love when a plan comes together. Now it doesn't matter. I can just go ahead and put this on this side or this on this side. Doesn't matter. So whatever you want, however you want to do it is fine by me. The front is easier because you just butt it right up against your, yeah. Just got to be really careful though, because remember, when you stick it down on this score tape, it's a done deal. It is a done deal. That's it. Or leave a space equal to the thickness of the chipboard. Yeah. And the way I do it, rather than have to do the measure and everything, I just set the chipboard up on end and then push it up on. It 6 1/2 dozen of another, really. As long as you leave that gap for opening and closing, it's fine. But this way I can make sure that the edges of the book are absolutely perfect as well. And then when you lay it down, it's going to be where it needs to be. That's the way I do it, and it seems to work. And then I know my edges up here are perfect. And can you see the gaps? They're not huge. Of course, the thicker your cardboard, the more gap you have. So that's just how I do it. Works out good. Burnish it down good. I'll trim off the construction strips now. I always leave excess on the construction strips and then trim it off later because I want to make sure that it goes absolutely edge to edge. It looks just more finished that way. Yeah, that's the easiest way, like I just did it, I think. And the problem is, you know, if I shave off up here, you know, I'll have to go back and probably touch that up with a little bit of black paint, but no worries. I might have to do that, and that's fine too. I just don't want to have to do a lot of touch up because I know me. You saw me with the paint on my hands. Yeah, next thing you know, everything's black. I think that's what she meant, CB, is stand it up on end like that so you get your measurement correctly. Correct. Okay. And see, now I've got a little booger down here. I've got to clean that up, but otherwise it's pretty darn good. Okay, now it's going to be the fun part, because what I decided I would do for innards for this, and somebody had asked for this, and I probably should have put it in the title. I may have to go back and alter the title of this video, because somebody at some point had asked me to show them how to do the origami fold for the innards of this book. And I had done it before, not in the real big size. Okay, Teresa Peterman actually made CB, myself, and Xandra and Jen each one of these books to take to Australia, and I just took the stuff that I had in here out to show this. So I'm going to make the insides of the journal like this. So it's, you know, I suppose you can use it as a glue book or whatever. And Teresa was kind enough to send me the written instructions for this particular fold. And she said, these instructions found on the original Carol Duvall show website posting with a few alterations. So this was originally, she found it originally at Carol Duvall's website, and then she has altered it. So you have these little pockets up here that you can add stuff to, and then these hidden pockets back here. Linda, hi, by the way. I am loving the weather. This has been crazy, even though it's still hot, like it's what, 80 some right now. But normally August in Oklahoma, it would be a blast furnace out there. So yeah, it's been nice. And we've had a lot of moisture, which is really weird too. So wish me luck on doing this fold. What Teresa says is the size she made are from a 12-inch roll of paper cut to 60 inches in length. But you can change those to for any size. I measured these innards and I thought, well, shoot, that actually is a pretty good size for the books I'm going to make. So I just went ahead and used her measurements. Now, keep in mind, she said 12 inches wide by 60 inches long. So I had to cut this morning while Dee Dee was streaming, and I did it out in my front room where I have a large expanse, right? And the cat started helping me. So, yeah, believe me, it was not a picnic. And now folding it's not going to be a picnic either, because I'm working in a workspace here, what, maybe 18 inches wide by 12 inches high. Yeah, that's going to be pretty, real pretty. So you're not going to see part of what I'm doing, but I will give you the instructions as I'm doing them. How about that, sports fans? Okay, so again, this paper, and I'm making as much room here as I can muster. 12 inches wide by 60 inches long. Yeah, Roxy helped. Roxy helped. So I'm going to go ahead and unroll the whole sheet of paper and try and keep the edges accessible to my own bad self. All right. hopefully this is square. I'll know because this is a milled edge over here. So I'll check myself against the milled edge. And because it doesn't have to be completely accurate, I can always trim off anything that doesn't fit, because now I'm not going to be using a ruler to measure this. I'm going to do it by the folds. Okay, so I've just folded this in half once, and I use this milled edge to stay straight, so it should work just fine. If not, we're going to find out, and I'm going to think, oh man, I wish I'd done this on the dining room table. Hi, Allie. All right, so the first one is fold the strip of paper in half right down the middle. Okay, and she also sent instructions. So when she said fold it in half, she meant the long way, because you're going to accordion fold it into 16 sections. So here's my first fold. Let me get the little bone folder out. Make sure I've got a good crease here. Now I can take just one of the edges and I'll set something over here. My coffee cup will be good. There's the fold that I'm going to fold to next. And again, I'm always going to use this milled edge. Because it doesn't look like my cut was straight. Pretty straight though. Because I'll trim off the one edge if I need to. All right. Second fold. You better appreciate this, Eileen. That's all I gotta say. Okay, here's the fold that I'm going to fold to again. The paper is just, it's like packaging paper that you can buy at, you know, like, I don't know, Dollar General, whatever. It's what Dee Dee uses. It's just a roll of craft paper. This is a little bit heavier weight than the one I actually bought, which I can't find. I did buy one that's a lighter weight than this. This is kind of heavier weight, but it's still going to be really nice. Okay, so there, I've done 2 of the folds, and now what you do is just start folding each of these sections in half. Thank goodness for this cup of coffee. Okay. You just keep folding to that, your halfway mark in each section. And I'm going to just fold each one now, because this will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah. So this one I can just fold again, and then it starts getting a whole lot more manageable, I think. I hope. Are you following this so far? Yeah, do it with a 12 by 12 first. I mean, I did it with a smaller piece this morning just so I could kind of see what she was talking about. And this is what it comes out like with a 8.5 by 11 inch in half. So, yeah. Yeah. The first time I would do it with a smaller sheet too. I really would. And eventually here in a minute, I'm going to start doing I'll come back and accordion fold these. I'm too busy staring at the new UP. You got a new hunky UPS guy. Yay, you. All right, now I've got a big fold here that there's my crease that I'm going to fold to again. Why don't you make a lot of noise over there? The rat has decided to come out of his hole, come up and make a bunch of noise. What? You heard me. I didn't stutter. All right, are you following this, or am I making it more difficult than it needs to be? Your eye candy starved here. Call and complain to your local UPS office, CB. This actually is a little easier than I thought it was going to be. Just saying. Two, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so I should be halfway through the sheet right now. So here's my fold all the way up here. Yeah, you can tell them that I told you to call and that you're requesting a hunkier driver that gives out hugs, because the hug part is really important. So each section, you just keep fold it in half. I hope that's clear here. And I think I just folded crooked, damn it. Oh, well, we'll find out. And then when I'm done folding all this, I'll come back and accordion fold it according to the instructions. I think only one more. Oh, I thought I knocked my coffee over it. What if I knock my coffee over at this point? Oh, man, that would be a bummer. Coffee's gone. Okay, this one I know was crooked to begin with, so I'll use this milled edge. And the one far corner, and that should work just fine. Sorry if that's loud. All right, 2 more folds, and we got this bad boy lit. Using the coffee cup again. I'm living dangerously. And then Eileen can decorate this any way she wants. Well, I think you're going to come up with an even number regardless of what you do, Painting Girl. So if you don't want 16, if you only wanted 8, only do half the folds, but you're going to have to adjust your measurements. You know what I mean? But when you fold each section, Yeah. This last fold is turning into a pain in the butt, but that's okay. We got it. All right, so there's all of our folds. Now she said unfold and then fold the 2 sections in half again. Now you should have 4 sections, unfold 8 sections, and we're at the 16 section point right now. She says, I go back and fold each fold in the opposite direction and bone folder the creases again. So she makes sure her creases are really, really good and tight. I'll do that after I get it accordion folded. And I suppose you could use a paper clip or some sort of clip to hold these together to make it a little easier to handle. I don't really care. It's not that bad. Last one. Guys, the last one is always a pain in the neck. So that's what you end up with. And I'll trim that off. I guess I could trim it off right now. One of my cuts was really straight and one was really not straight. I'm making a lot of racket, I know. If you think this is easy in this 12 by 12 inch space that I'm dealing with, you get your butt over here and try it. That's all I got to say. I'm going to go ahead and mark this and trim it off right now before I go any further. Because every fold from here on is going to matter. And I'm going to need those corners. So, y'all are a bunch of whiners, I swear. There we go. Now it's all even. All right, let's read Teresa's instructions and see what she says now. All right, she said, now with the book folded, she turns up the corners at a 45-degree angle. Do this on all the corners. So here it is with the accordion fold into 16 sections. And then while it's folded, I'll go turn the corners at a 45-degree angle. So gonna make some more racket, crybabies. Okay, there we go. So what she means is take this corner and fold it in like this at 45 degrees. On each side. Maybe I will get a clip. Where's my little clippy doos here? See, Joycey's a smart girl. No, I'm not going to get out the ruler for a 45-degree angle. Joycey's smart, though. She adores rulers, too. Okay, so fold this up at a 45-degree angle. And I'm just going to keep going in the same direction, and you'll see in a minute what happens. So just use your crease as your guide. And if I keep using my thumb is going to be really, really sore. And you guys can see okay. I actually do like this heavyweight. So here's the deal. I'm going to send this to Eileen. And then her chore will be to decorate the inside, this craft paper, and tweeter it for all of us to see. I think that's only fair. Don't you guys? I do. Only fair that she show us what she does with it. I guess I don't need that folded. Are they all folded even? You know they are, Eileen. Do you think I would do anything other than that? Are you crazy? Have you lost your... You are drinking today. I know you are. Do I have to get out my angle to show you? Robert, did they look all folded even?
So far.
See? And he wouldn't lie to you, Eileen. If they look like crap, he'd tell you. Yeah, Eileen does live streams right here with me. She streams right here on my channel with me. She tells me what to do and I do it. It does get a little bit harder to deal with as it goes on. So just know that, yeah, it gets a little bit harder. Because this is wanting now to pop up. She's a backseat streamer. Exactly, Paint Girl. This still, oh no, because that's going to be the size of the book. Okay. I was going to say something about this seems like this is way too big, but it just dawned on me what's going to happen. All right. Last two folds. Yay us. These aren't that critical because they're going to be what we end up gluing the book together. Eileen, let's don't kid anybody. You go around telling everybody what to do. Like you have the biggest bossy pants in the entire country. Some of us listen, some of us do not. Jean happens to not listen much to Eileen. Just saying. All right, so now here it is.
You better leave Eileen alone.
Oh my God, can you believe it? The rat is sticking up for Eileen. Can you believe it? This is traitorous. The rat has become mutinous. OMG. Hi, my sweet Robert. Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so you know these two pieces are going to be what glues the book together. Now, what the instructions say, and I'm going to read them, but you're going to see it here in a minute. Open up one section. The fold should look like a Y with an additional fold in the middle of the Y on both ends of each section. The middle part of the fold should be a mountain fold. The middle line of the Y should be a valley fold. The two V's of the Y should be a mountain fold. Do this across all sections. Okay, that sounds really, really hard to understand. But if I unfold this section here, what I'm going to do is fold that in. See where this becomes a mountain fold, this becomes a valley fold, and you fold it in like that. So that's what she's talking about, I think. Right? Am I right? Am I right? Hey, Robert, watch it. What the heck did you read? I know. Now Robert's in trouble. No, I'm not going to get mad at the rat for being a traitor. Let him just be a traitor. All right. I think I'm undo here. But she says it should look like a Y. Okay, this is what she's saying, is it should look like a Y with a line down the middle of the Y, is what she said. The middle line of the Y should be a valley fold. The two parts of the Y should be a mountain fold. So that's what she's saying. So it folds like that. Can you see that? Push the middle down and leave these two edges mountain folds. If you've ever done any kind of origami or anything like that, you kind of get an idea of mountain valley folding. Push the middle down in like that. Yeah, just like that. It's a lot easier than you think. And I know I'm making a lot of racket. If you're watching this on YouTube, you might want to turn your sound down because it's loud. You're going to have to watch this video a couple of 100 times. I can do it on a smaller sheet, Painty Girl, so you can see it. On this big paper, I wondered how this would work on stream, but yeah, just where you folded it over 45 degrees, unfold it, open it up, push this down like that. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple. And I'm just paper clipping it so that it doesn't get too out of control. Bren would get it. Bren is an origami girl. Bren would totally get it. I can't believe she did like 1,000 cranes. That's crazy. I was going to say, tell you guys something else. Yeah, the original instructions came from Teresa Peterman. Yeah. And if anybody wants the written instructions, I'll post them on, you know, I can take a photograph and post them on Twitter or something like that. Yeah, I could do that. So you end up, now it looks like that. Can you see that? All right, so now we're ready to move on. Open up one section, fold the top and bottom points into the middle. Okay, so we'll do this. I'll keep this. Okay, you can kind of see how the book is going to start going together now. All right, fold the top and the bottom points to the middle. This is going to, this actually, I'm not going to fold it. Sorry, ignore me for a minute. It looks like a drunk butterfly. Yeah, I better leave this. I was going to say it might be easier if I don't clippy it, but no, I need to clippy it. Okay, so what she's saying is that on the points, okay, this point, for example, am I doing this right? Let me think. Yeah, and I'm going to have to undo it. Like on this point, like this, fold it into the middle of the book. Okay. Same with this one. Fold this point in to the middle of the book. Is that right? Let me look at hers. Yeah, hers has the folded corners. So I don't know if I would just do it like this. I would eye it, but you can measure it. You getting dizzy watching this? Just don't get your panties all in a wad. There you go. Okay, so those points are going to meet in the middle. And then flip that over. Again, if you're, I'm just going to pull them in. And use your crease as your, I'm going to measure the middle. I don't want it to be goofed up, because if it is, I know Eileen. Me. So this actually is 12 inches, so your middle is at 6. All right, now measure the first one, and you won't have to measure ever again. Look at, when I eyeballed it, I did it damn near perfect. Hi, Ange. Yeah, bone folder helps for sure. And your thumb won't be so darn sore. And then each page into the middle. And if you use lighter weight paper, it might be a little bit easier to fold. I'm glad I have this heavyweight paper, but yeah, lighter weight paper might make it a little bit easier. So whoever asked for this origami fold, this is probably the one and only time you'll ever watch me doing this. Every other time I'll do it off camera. A clip, I think, does help keep it a little bit more manageable. Hi, Joan. I think we are at the last fold. Nope, one more after this one. And I'm clipping it so it all kinds of stays compact and easy to work with here in front of the camera. I would just try and see what works best for you, honestly. See, now this last fold is really kind of a pain. Because there's so much bulk there. And then this end, just mess with, because this you're not going to see because it's what you're going to use to glue into the book or to the plate in the book. And I'll show you that in just a second. So there's the fold. And there's your hidden pockets. Can you see that? Other way. Okay. Now she did not on ours glue these down. I think in my book I probably will glue them down, but on hers, one edge obviously is going to be glued into the book. Okay, and I can't glue this into the book today because I don't have the ribbon to do the tie. One side will be glued into the book, and then she affixed the other edge to just a piece of chipboard that she covered and made pretty. So you can pull it out and then it out this way. So that's what. No, you're going to sit on it for 4 hours. No, I think actually when you get it in the book, let's see, where's Eileen's book? I don't even know why I'm nice to her. And this is going to be different than, holy cow, it worked. Did you think it wasn't going to work? Oh my gosh, you've been sitting here making fun of me the whole time and you didn't think it was going to work. Oh my gosh. Okay, this one is actually going to sit in the book this way. So when you open up the journal, you can flip this out this way, like a flipper book, right? And then your hidden pockets will be back here. So there you go. It did work. I know. You're impressed as I'll get out. So you might want to do the hidden pockets going up so your junk doesn't fall out. But either way, it's going to fall out. So when you open it up, it hits you in the boobs. Well, if you had some, Eileen, it would. But since I don't have any, that it's not something you have to worry about. I'm sure she did, Elaine. So anyway, I will cut now another piece of chipboard. Got plenty of room. Let's see, this is actually measuring. Let's just do this because I've got to know eventually. This is 6 inches across. This is 6.5. So I'll have a 1/4 inch on each side. So the actual board that and I guess since I told Eileen that she's getting it, that's 4 1/4 inches. I think all I need is 4 inches. Okay, so the piece of chipboard I thought was going to go to waste is not. All right, I'm going to cut this 4 by 6. We'll just go ahead and do it. Yeah, you like the hidden pockets? They're cool, right? Eileen's going to put all her money in there. Oh, wait. She probably won't have any because she orders everything in the world and makes me order it too. Okay, now when I thought this book was going to be mine, I had picked out a paper that I was going to use on the inside of this. But since this has turned into Eileen's, should I give her the option of choosing her own paper? I do love doing this kind of stuff. I really do. And so I've got to cut a 1/4 inch off this. Which side do I want it? It doesn't really matter, I guess. Yeah, I love doing stuff like this. Construction, stuff like that. I love it. I really do. Because when you're done, you get a really cool thing. Like my pencil storage here. Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it so much. And I still have to do like the one like Dee Dee has. I have all the materials. I just haven't done it. But I need to do it. I want to do it. But that I can't, like Dee Dee said this morning, I've got to have a big area to work with that because you're working with big sheets of the, you want magical papers inside. You are such a pain in the butt. Galena, I vote for you. What'd Joycey say? She wants, well, do you want me to see what kind of magical papers I have? Because what her goal right now is to get the magicals out. That's her goal right there. Let's see what magical papers I have. All right, so now you've seen the accordion fold. I can put that away. Now this is, if this book had been mine, okay? Because look at how pretty this paper would look with this cover. It would be so pretty. It's not obnoxious. It's very nice. And look at her. Yes, get the magicals out. Get the magicals out. She's just trying to trash out my house, you guys. I'm going to say I don't have any. The only thing that kind of has brown on it is that. That's ugly. I have a bunch of magical paper towels sitting right here that I haven't taken and put away yet. What color magicals? I couldn't finish it today anyway because the magicals take like hours to dry. That paper is so boring. It is. Oh my gosh, Teresa, you guys, you're all ganging up on me. Pink. There you go, Galena. I vote for you. Let me think how much magicals I'm going to need. Because I was figuring 112 by 12 would do the inside plus the board. So 2 8.5 by 11 inch sheets. Would be enough magical papers. So this is how the board will end up working. Oops. I guess I could do magicals because the book construction is just about done. And I've still got time left. Brown and green and a little orange. Brown, green, and a little orange. The green magicals, though, the selection is so caca. Pissy pink and pukey purple for Eileen. Pink would pop very nicely against the black. I think I'm voting for you guys. All right. Find a pink one for her. All right. I'm going to use regular, well, I'll use I think the laser paper because it's a wee bit heavier. And I'm just thinking, I don't think 2 pieces are going to do it because, well, wait, the cup, nope. 2 pieces will do it. All right. Because she's such a spoiled brat and I want to slug her most of the time. But you know what? Honestly, now that I've put the magicals in these little shaker pots, I don't mind getting them out. Do you think magicals would work on the B marker paper? Oh, that would be a good experiment, wouldn't it? Okay, let's do that. Let's get the B marker paper out. Where is the B marker paper? Here we go. Yeah, and it's not too heavy. It's definitely heavier than copy paper. I will say that. Okay, that's the B marker paper there. I'm going to cut the coil edge off because it's cutting the neck. Sorry. I say just put some pattern paper inside covers. Well, if it was for me, Jean, absolutely. But now, since I'm being a nice person and I'm not really sure exactly why, I'll go ahead and do the magicals. What the hell? I got nothing better to do. And I haven't made near enough mess today. That's what's bugging her. I haven't totally trashed out my whole house. Because I had everything prepared before. All right, here we've got the marker paper. Let me measure this. I think it was 9 by 8 by 11. Okay, let me make sure that I'm going to have enough because I can do the 6-inch way. Okay, yeah, 2 sheets should be enough. Should be enough. Let me get some. Well, I might have some paper towel here that I don't mind using. I do save the paper towels. Here, this paper towel doesn't have much junk on it. We'll use it. Okay, what colors did you say, Eileen? You said, I know you said orange. Can't imagine orange, but what the hell? Brown, green, and a little orange is what she said. I am a good sport, Sharon. She said pink. And I'm going to try, I guess, to do both of them at the same time because I'm afraid if I do them at separate times, I'm going to end up with something that isn't going to work together. So I'm going to have to do a lot at once. I'll get more paper towel. And who knows, maybe I'll just love it with the magical papers, so I'll end up doing everybody's that way or something. So hard being me. All right, here we've got the 2 sheets. We're going to do a bunch all at once, so sorry if that makes the camera go really goofy. It won't for long. All right, I need more water in my spray bottle. She said brown. All right, that's the Grab a Guy Gold. Let's see what colors we've got. We've got Luscious Lime. Here are the greens we've got. Luscious Lime, Mad Hatter Mint, which has, it's shimmery. She'll probably want shimmery and wreck the whole damn thing. C'est la vie Cherise. Oh, I don't have enough of that one. Let's see what this one is. That's more teal. Oh, the Mercedes Beaucoup Mint. That's probably the prettiest green of all. And then for brown, there's the Sand. And what else? And then the Sandra di Sepia. And then orange, we have Mango or Creamsicle. I don't like the Creamsicle. It's got too much white in it. So I think we're going to use the Lightning Green. We won't use the Crazy Crazy. Gold would be pretty too, yeah. The struggle is real, believe me. All right, we'll put down some extra paper towel because I know what this is going to turn out like. It's going to end ugly, ugly, ugly. All right, what color do you want the most of, Eileen? Probably green. I don't know why green, but she wants green. You pick the colors, and if I don't like it, I'll have you do more. You can go pound sand, girl. Exactly. That's what I feel like, Elaine. Whatever it turns out like is what she's getting, whether she likes it or not. Crybaby. Oh my gosh. One nice thing about the Magicals, though, now I don't know on this B paper because the B paper is, I don't perceive it as real absorbent. So we might get some really great, like firework crap going on. We'll find out. We will find out. Now, one thing I have to say is this is a little expensive paper to be experimenting on, Eileen. All right, here we go. I'm going to move everything out of the way. I'm going to get the paper wet first. And probably the water really is sitting on top of it. I'm going to have to spray both sides because it's wanting to curl. So, and look, I already got blue on it. If you even get the Magicals near anything, they start turning colors. And I don't think there's an up or a down with this B paper. I don't think it matters front or back. But spraying it both sides will prevent it from curling and hopefully getting puddles, and I'll try and moisten it evenly. All right, there is a lot of water on there. We're going to go with the paper mache ink. We'll see. And if it does, you're getting shrunken paper. How about that? All right, let's do the green first. This green has blue in it, a lot of blue in it. That's pretty. And I might be out too far for you guys to see. So if I need to come in a little closer for you guys to see better, you won't see all the sheets, but you'll see some of them. See, this one already has a river running through it, and I don't like when that happens. All right, is this so far to your liking, crybaby girl? Shrunken paper is better than a shrunken head. Yeah, well, yeah, you can say that again. All right, I'll get the baby mister out and go ahead and get it to dissolve in some little places that maybe isn't. Oh my gosh, that's empty too. Every sprayer I have is out of water. You need more magicals. I love the magicals. You like when it has the specks, and you like it when it's all dissolved. No, I love the fireworks specks. I love that. I just think it's so cool. Well, when it specs like that, CB, I think the thing I like about it most is you can see the colors that they use to make it up. Like this one, you can see the blue that they've used. You can see the orange, the dark blue. That's what I love, is that you see the individual colors that they use to make it. And it's like, oh my gosh, who would have thought that there's that color blue to make that green? I'm probably going to need some more green. And I didn't choose like the real vibrant green either. I tried to pick the more muted one that might go a little bit better with the cover. And the insides are obviously going to be probably more green than any other color. And there's more color on these sheets than you expect. It's just not for you, huh? And Dorothy's the same way, huh? No, I like it when it's all its little individual parts are shown up. Like there's some real dark blue in there. It's just like, oh, that's so pretty. Now, Eileen, you get to decide at this point, and I'm making sure this is all dissolved as best as I can. Do you like it like this so far? Do I need to dry it at this point, or should I just add the brown to it? If I add the brown to it now, it's going to mix. If I dry it, hopefully a lot of the color is going to stay put. But can you see all that orange in there? Who would have thought that there was that color orange in that green? And I don't want to pick it up and move it now because I would get a more dissolved, even color. Hi, Gilly. All right, I think I'm down on it right now. Because at this point, this paper is not real absorbent. You like the firework look also. See, isn't it? It's the specs I don't like. I do like the colors separate. Okay. Yeah, I like when it looks all like right there. If I could save that. Let me pull the camera down so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Hold on for the ride. Let's see if I can get right down in there. Like where all those colors are kind of just running and melding. Like if I could keep that that would be so awesome. But I've learned that does not dry like that. It will not dry like that. So, yeah. So then you just have to deal with it. Oops. Let me see what I got going on here. If I break where Robert fixed his camera, he's going to come in here and I'm going to tell him to go down and slug Eileen. All right. I got the camera pretty far out. Let me see if I can move this. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I'm just sitting here letting it do whatever it's going to do for a minute. If I could go in and just pick up some of the liquid here and there. Like right in here, there's just a mountain of liquid. If I could just, without altering it too terrible much. There's some really cool spots on here. All right, I'm gonna dry it briefly. The one I pointed out looks like you're just saying that to bug Eileen. All right, I'm gonna suck it up, Jen. That's what I was trying to do, Eileen. All right, I'm gonna blow this real quick, but from far away. Try and aid it in drying a little bit. I think I like this B paper, Eileen. I hate that because it's more expensive, but it's going to hold the colors like I like them. This would make great mosaic paper right now. Great mosaic paper. And I'm going to add more colors to it. This paper dries really nice too. I'll let that run a little bit now. This is getting love. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping the watercolor paper is really cool too. I do like this marker paper. And for ink drawing, any kind of ink on this B marker paper is awesome. You make the crispest, nicest lines on this B paper. And it stays black like that. And it doesn't absorb too much. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sop up what little bit of moisture is left, and we're going to add the brown. There isn't too much moisture left. And I'm not picking up hardly any of the colors, so it's mostly just picking up the moisture. And then giving it another quick dry so that things stay put. Now, good abstract paper. I'm not sure what you mean. When I say mosaic, I mean like the paper that I made the journal covers and the boxes out of. I guess it would. Because now I want the colors to absolutely stay put. And there doesn't seem to be too much of the powder left undissolved. And that's the only time the magicals should move. Because now I'm going to have to, as crazy as it seems when you're doing these magicals, you get the paper wet, then you have to dry it, and then you get it wet again and dry it. So it seems crazy that now that I've dried this, I'm going to turn around and get it wet again. How is it drying? It's drying really nice. I mean, and it still feels really good. I know these magicals aren't going to move now. So in that respect, it's very nice. And I don't think the paper is losing any of its integrity. And it's still a little damp, but it's not wet. So it's drying very nice. And I'm pretty certain at this point, these what you see right now will not move. Add more blue. Well, this is for hi Tammy. This is for Eileen, and she chose green, brown, and orange. So if it was me, I would be adding more blue. I agree with you. But since this is hers, now the two browns I've got are, let me show you on the little swatch tickets. This is the South Shore Sand. It's not a real dark brown. Keep in mind too, Eileen, I could also add acrylic ink to this at some point, because remember I used the acrylic browns. Yeah, the color is holding very nice. Where's the other brown? Oh, that's not it, is it? Sandra D. Sepia. See, there aren't, those are your two choices of brown. It's not the real rich brown. These look more gray to me. All right, we're going to put them down because I can always go back and add the oh, the Cafe au lait too. Maybe that's the one I want. Let's see which one it is. All right. I know there is one brown that is prettier than the others. I'm just not finding it. Maybe I didn't make, no, I did make swatches. I could have sworn I did. All right. We're just going for it. We can always go back and add the acrylic ink later because that's what I use to make that so rich color brown. So we'll just add this. If we don't like it, we'll alter it. We'll go to plan B. Whatever plan B is, that's what we're going to do. Now, if this was going to move, I would start seeing movement now already, and I'm not. So that's good. The thing I don't want, though, is where these rivers were before. I don't want that to make rivers again. There's a little bit of blue moving right there. If I see it start making rivers, I'm going to be real mad. But the best thing I ever did with these magicals was turn them into these little baby shakers. I'm not kidding you. Because I don't mind playing with them at all now. They seem more controllable to me. I don't know why. Well, because they are, mostly. You're getting a lot of blue whether you like it or not, Eileen, because there's blue in this brown as well. It's pretty, though. Yeah, that I'm glad I chose this brown. I'm glad I saw it there at the last minute because this is the rich brown that I kind of wanted. And it appears to have a lot of orange in it too, Eileen, because you are an orange lover. I might put down some of that sand. And I'm trying to make it a little bit browner because the cover is brown, you know. I'm going to add some of that sand. I don't think it has any white in it at all. That Cafe LA did have a little bit of white. And the problem I have with the white magicals, honestly, is they resist dissolving. It's hard to tell what this is doing. It's okay though, because it's really pretty. This bee paper was a great suggestion. I probably like this paper and how it's behaving better than any other paper that I can remember that we worked on. Sure, Lucy. Yeah, you know what I would do? Well, I'm not sure if I would use watercolor. And the reason I wouldn't use watercolor is because every time you use water with watercolor, the potential for that watercolor to move exists. So, which may be a good thing. I mean, if you used a background color that would mix well with what you were going to use on top of it, yeah, I think it would work great. But you'd have to be really careful about what your background color was with watercolors. So you'd have to use something that would be permanent or a dyed paper, you know, if you started with, say, yellow cardstock or something. I've not tried them on black paper, Galena, and I don't think, maybe the shimmer ones would work well on black, but these, I don't think you'd see them against the black background. I really don't think you'd see anything against the black. It is absorbing the color really well. There's just something going on in here that I'm thinking, what the heck? This over here is gorgeous. Look at, I'm gonna hold this up. I'm gonna try and hold it up. Can you see that down in there? How pretty that is. Oh. Yeah, this is gonna look pretty. I want it to be a little bit browner. That's what I'm thinking. The shimmer ones may work on black, but I don't think the splats are going to work well on black. I really don't. I'm going to add some more brown in here. Because I want it to look good on with the cover. And I want to hide a little bit of that places where it made rivers. But that down in there, that is definitely going to be right in a very prominent place for sure, because that is so pretty right there. Do you use yours a lot, CB? And I don't want a lot of white showing through. I mean, I want it, yeah, I don't want a lot of white. And right now there isn't much left. But I think you could use these in conjunction with watercolor and get some really cool effects. I've not tried it. I may have to now that I'm turning into a freaking watercolor junkie. Not that I'm unhappy about that, however. Some, not like you and Eileen. Okay. I'm going to have to order more paper. Yeah, I will. I definitely will be ordering more of the bee marker paper, which really kind of bums me out because I got it so cheap at Hobby Lobby that to pay full price is going to kill me. It really will. Look at how much is over on my table. Yay me. Yeah, I just bought the tubes. Well, Eileen sent my first tubes, and then I went ahead and ordered some more. I bought the tubes, but you can get them in the shakers. Do you want me to add this in the shakers as well? I think you get more product. It's more expensive to buy it in the shakers, but I think you get a lot more product. That's what I think. And I actually did check one time, and you do. All right, I think I'm going to have to dry this a little bit, and then there's quite a bit of orange in it. That's why I'm sitting here going, gosh, do I want to add more orange? I'm thinking, I don't know. Eileen, what do you want me to add? More green, probably. Well, there's plenty of green in it, though. It does dry really nicely, though. So there you go. Get the new marker paper. This is so pretty. I'm going to pair it with the cover in a minute. We put in the avocado steam into pepper bottles with the color that's coming. Oh, okay, cool. And when you dry them, they do mute quite a bit. See how this one's real dry now and this one's still wet? They do mute quite a bit. And it depends on the paper too, how much. But they don't stay real bright. Like, see all this? That did not. Doesn't seem like it dissolved at all. Yeah, see, it's the white. I think I am going to try on one little end of this. I'm going to try right now before I get it too dry to use some of that ink that I used. Where did I put the ink that I used? It's this one. It's the raw sienna Liquitex ink. I'm going to pick a corner here. See, I didn't get much over in here, so I'm going to re-wet this a little bit. I'm going to put some more of the magical on there, but I'm also going to add the acrylic ink because I just want to. I do too, Eileen. I like the way they're working on the bee paper. Oh, I didn't shake this. Always remember to shake your inks a little bit because the sediment does settle. Now, this is the same color that I used on the actual cover. So, that, and then I also used, which one was the real dark one? I'm afraid it would just take over the whole thing. So maybe I should just leave well enough alone. And I think I did that in inconspicuous enough place. Okay, I'll add some gold. You like the spread? Because then, can you see that I won't add the dark because that's going to prevent you from seeing anything underneath it. But But one nice thing about that sepia, it looks more orange, but you can see the color. Oh, it's so hard with the light. You can see the color underneath it. Can you see that? It looks kind of messy, but it's really cool looking. And I'd have to get the whole thing wet again, but I'm not sure if I like it or not, or if I just like this. I still have to add some orange, and I will add some gold. Not a lot of orange. There's actually quite a bit of orange in here. I like that, though. Well, that's something else I've never done, I don't think, is add acrylic ink into it. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit of orange. And I don't have a huge amount of time. Jean will be on here in just a little while. And Jean, are you watercoloring today? Because you already finished your crystal ball. So what are you doing today? Your crystal ball came out awesome. Okay, there. That's probably plenty of orange going on. Yes, Denise, today I'm using the beam marker paper. I won't have any watercolor paper until Wednesday. But one thing I know about like the magicals, the more absorbent the paper, the more the colors just kind of spread out and disappear. I like when you can see the pockets of color. CB does not. So it's really a matter of preference, because that's kind of what I've learned with working with these now for however long I've been working with them. The more absorbent the paper, the more spread out the color. And I don't know how to describe that other than like showing you. Let me see if I have one here. I think I do. Okay, here's a good example of what I'm talking about. I like when the colors stay, individual. Like that was one spot of color that I put down. I don't know which color, but then all the individual powders to make up that color just kind of stayed individual. So it looks kind of like a burst of fireworks or something. This was the paper towel that I was using with it that absorbed all the different colors. So see how the colors just all ran? I mean, they're pretty colors, but I like this better than this. See what I'm saying? I don't know if I've described that accurately, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. That the paper you choose will definitely affect the behavior of the magicals. The more absorbent, the more they spread out and dilute. CB is Christine and Jen or whatever. That's probably true, but CB, I wanted to say to you that the ATCs that you made to take to Maryland, your girls, oh my gosh, they were so awesome. I love your girls, but oh my gosh, when Patty showed them, didn't she? Patty showed them on her stream, and it was like, oh my gosh, that one innocent face girl was absolutely precious. And I love CB's girls anyway. CB does not stream. I wish she would, because she is uber talented. But her girls, they were so precious, CB. You had to spend a lot of time on those. All right, Eileen, how about some gold, and then we call like the blended one best. See, it just the towel look, you can just paint with a brush and paint. See, that's kind of what I thought too. You know, I could just spray it with some dilution sprays or something. But to get this kind of effect, there's nothing that I've ever seen or played with this kind of effect like the Magicals. For real. Now this shimmery will absolutely take over. Let's put a little bit, not a lot. And the powders kind of settle, so I kind of smush them up. And on the shaker bottles, one nice thing is they do give you, like a spice bottle, they do give you the option of dipping in or shaking. Mine, I have to take the lid off to shake. All right, this is sucking up water like cuckoo crazy now. Probably because it's saturated and the paper towels are starting to, come on. All right, this is coming out. See, their shaker lets a lot more powder out than mine does. Mine just lets a little bit out. So you have more control. And these little shaker things, I bought off the Wish app. I heated up a needle, poked in the holes, and this is just handy tack that I use to cover them so that they don't get moisture and spill. All right, I'm going to spray this, and then that's it. We're going to dry it and call it done. And the gold isn't moving too much, Eileen, so that's good. I mean, I guess I could lift the sheet up and let it spread because then it's going to take over everything. That's what the shimmers do, in my humble opinion. But it's a little shimmery. Okay, Lucy, yeah, I just explained that I bought these little shakers off of the Wish app. You got 50 of them for like no money. They were really cheap. And if you want a link or something for them, ask me on Twitter or email me or something, and I'll see if I can't find these little ones. But they're in, look up storage containers. Storage containers with lids is how I ended up finding these. And then I just took a hot needle, like I just described, and punched a bunch of holes in, if you can see that. I don't know if I can show that. But yeah, I just punched a bunch of holes in with, excuse me, with it like a darning needle, a pretty thick needle. Yeah. And then just use this handy tack. And the handy tack works great. I'm glad you like them, Eileen. Did you get some of them? Dorothy, you found them too? Yeah, they work great. The only thing I think, Eileen, is, well, I don't know. I think it's a lot bluer than you might have intended. I really do. I think it's bluer. And I'm wondering if I should just doing an experiment. It's over here on the edge where I can control it. Let me get this a little moist again. I'd like it a little more brown. I think it will look better with the yeah, see, maybe if I got it real wet, I don't know. It's just fine. Okay. Because I'm going to say, if it was me, I would want it a little bit more brown. Like, I can see the brown in spots, but mostly, like, the brown just went somewhere. Don't know where. I'm trying to think if I have any more brown products that... I mean, I could get it browner, but I don't want to lose all the cool stuff either. Do whatever you want. No, I'm gonna leave it like this. I kind of wish it was a little browner, but I think if I add more brown, I'm gonna end up with more blue because that's what happens. And I can't think of any other brown product that I could have that I have that I could add on top of this. See, I tried over here to try and get a little bit more brown because you got to remember, oops, my hands are icky now. Let me wipe them on my pants. You could use your new watercolors on it in places. See, this is going to go with this, which I guess inside, you know, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll work. Yeah, I think, Teresa, those, I don't know if you saw Z or Patty use theirs. They are like shimmery. You know what, CB, that might be the ticket right there. Do some brown ink splats. I could water down this the sepia, the little bit darker brown. I could do that. Well, the scrapbook paper would have looked fine too. All right, I'm going to do that, CB. I think that may be the solution. I'm going to go ahead and wet it again, which seems utterly crazy, I know, but I'll do. And then I'll mix a little bit of this brown, the sepia, brown ink, and do some splatters. I think that may be a good thing. I really do. And if it's wet, the splats will tend to spread a little bit more than if it was dry. If it was dry, the splats are going to stay exactly. And I'll water this down just a hair so it's not, doesn't look black. Yep, I think that may be the ticket. We're going to try it. We don't have to do it the whole overall the whole sheet. Don't want too much. Oh, getting brown on my fingers. What do you think, Eileen? That definitely added some brown back. That may be the ticket right there. Can't wait till it's dry, Dorothy. Can't wait. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add some splats because it's Eileen and she's a splat girl. Good idea, CB. When it's dry, you're not going to notice anyway. But this was definitely, I think, what was needed. So good job. Not too many. And see, because the paper's wet, it's going ahead and moving all over. So it's not going to take over. Perfect. That was a great suggestion. Love it. Nerd life, you were a magical shaker girl. All right, we're going to spray. Some of them I didn't have as wet, so they stayed pretty much put, but I'm okay with that. Yep, it looks good. I can't believe I used that whole thing. Damn, Sam. All right, I'm going to sit here and blow this real quick. Okay. I will definitely, I'm going to get the ribbon for the closure tomorrow. I already put some gold on it. It's got gold in places. You guys just can't see it. But yeah, the gold magicals are there. And they add shimmer. You got to get it at a certain angle to see it. But yeah, there's some definite gold there. Look at how orange, how much of that orange went right through. This one as well. Look at how orange that is. That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to dry this. It did turn out good. It's not as brown as I would have liked though. But I really think that bee paper made all the difference. Eileen, look at how yummy this paper is. The bee paper made all the difference. Oh, and it's expensive. Very muted. Very pretty. Did you get some, Eileen, that bee marker paper? It's awesome stuff. It really is. I just wish it wasn't so damn expensive. Okay, now I hold it up so you guys can see the gold, maybe a little bit, how the gold is shimmering. I can definitely see it. It didn't spread all over the paper, which is another thing I like. It just stayed in certain places, like kind of how we did it on here, how it's just on the tops of the texture. And this, I can't see if you guys, yeah, there you can see it. There's some of the shimmer right there. And it moved around a little bit up in here. So it's got a little bit of gold shimmer, not a huge amount, but in my opinion, enough. Again on here, can you see the shimmer? Right there, that bright orange spot that you're seeing, that's all gold shimmer. And if I want a little bit more here and there, I can always get out the ink and put it on with my finger. You'll be happy with the scrapbook paper in yours, Lucy. Thank you, Lucy. Bye, Safia. Have a great afternoon. Add some gold ink splats like you did the brown. I mean, I guess I could. Where's my gold? Just looked up here. What's mission gold? Oh, that's embossing powder. You know, another thing that would add some nice brown is the vintage photo. Hadn't thought about that. Yeah, how it's went right through the paper onto the paper towels. All the different papers have done that, Eileen. Some to a greater or lesser extent, but that's how I've ended up with all this awesome paper towelage around here. It's just from absorbing what went through the paper. And I like working with the magicals a lot more with the paper towels underneath. Before I started doing that and just letting the water go underneath, I wasn't near as happy with the magicals as I am now that when I put the paper towels underneath. It's almost like it stays where I want it more or something. I don't know. You thought the marker paper was really coated? No, it's not at all. I mean, it has kind of a nice slick surface, but it's not like coated stock for sure. All right, I've got this. This is just the FW ink in the gold. I'll put a little bit more on. I don't care. It's all good with me. All good. It's all good. I might need a little bit more than that, though. Yeah, I think I'll even be able, well, I got to go take showers and say I'll be able to even be at Jean's today because I think we're going to have leftover spaghetti tonight. I did make some really, really good spaghetti sauce yesterday. So I think tonight we're having leftovers. And then tomorrow we'll eat out when we're in town. I don't mind the gold because it just kind of goes in the background. You don't even notice it so much.
We're going to fix the fence.
Okay, honey. Bye, honey.
Like, back a little bit.
Okay, Norma. I'll see you later. Okay, so now it's got some gold splats. You can see the gold. I'm kind of thinking, I wish I'd thought of the vintage gold or the vintage photo, but I like it right now how it is. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I'm leaving it like it is. I think it'll look good in here. And just so you know now, the way I'll finish this is I'll move this out of the way and just let it continue to air dry. Hang on, I gotta get it over here on the counter where the moisture won't hurt anything. What I'll do next is tomorrow I'll get the ribbon and I'll probably hand dye it black. I probably will make the ribbon black on this one. Go ahead and wait for the magical paper to dry. And then I know I don't have to run the ribbon all the way along the back, and maybe I will, maybe I won't, but I'll cut the ribbon for the ties, and then I'll cut the background paper that we just made, or the magical paper. I'll have to piece it because it obviously is going to be this is too long. So I'll probably piece it and put, half this way, half this way. The ribbon will already be down. Probably reinforce that right here on the edge. Cover this board front and back with the same paper. Affix this to this, and maybe, depending on what's going on the rest of the week, go ahead and affix this to this. I might go ahead and ink these edges with vintage photo or something. I don't think I'm going to leave it plain like this. If Eileen wants too much decoration on it, she's going to have to do it herself. But I think I will ink these edges of the inside papers and clean up this edge, of course. Just do whatever little bit of cleanup it needs on it. And then just put it all together like that. There'll be some touch up, here on the corners and stuff that I'll go ahead and do, but it's essentially done. But I might come on, if I get the ribbon tomorrow, I might come on and just finish it up. You better get making some little computer collages to fill it with. There you go, Dorothy. Try a gold ribbon. I could do a gold ribbon. The problem with a gold ribbon is I need to dye it with something that's going to stay flexible and not rub off. And if I did it with the gold ink, every time she handles it, she would get gold on her. And I don't want to do that to her. I mean, I would love to do that to her, but I won't do that to her. You know what I mean? No, I've got to get something that it won't rub off on her hands every time she touches it. That would just be rude. It'd be like putting confetti in I have black ribbon. I'm probably going to dye it. I'm just going to buy a bunch of the seam binding, and then I can pretty much dye it whatever color I want. or use some of your many supplies, Eileen. There you go. Thanks, Sharon. Go have a great afternoon. But I need ribbon for all these, and they're not all going to be the same. So that's why I thought just buy the white and dye it whatever color I want it for each of the books. Because then I can dye it with the colors that I've actually used on the covers, right? Hello. I actually have black ribbon downstairs. Mom and Dad had to come see Beef. Oh, Kimberly, that dog just looks so happy. Thanks, Dana. I didn't even say hi to you, and I think you're new here, so welcome. Thank you for coming. Shh, Lisa, I just read up in chat. Shh, shh, shh. Seam binding on a roll and dilution sprays and other sprays. See, that's what I think too, CB, is just get the seam binding and then you've got ribbon for closures the rest of your life, any color you want. That's what I think too. So, and then I guess Paula didn't come. Paula must have either gone to work or fell asleep, whatever. But Paula, if you end up watching this, I should have probably showed it at the front. I haven't done too much more in my watercolor swatch book. Let me see, where is the camera at? Yeah, that'll work. I did go ahead and I haven't done Odyssey yet. But so far I've done all the Primas and the Jane Davenports that I have. I left 2 empty pages for Essence and Shimmering Lights, which implies that I'm probably going to buy them, which I probably am. And then I did do some of the M Grams and the PH Martins, the Hydrus. And then I just sat and did this one night, just playing with all the different colors. And that's pretty much all I've gotten done so far. So I'll keep playing in it. I've been a busy girl, had other stuff. So yeah. But when you leave blank pages, that implies that you're definitely probably gonna buy the sets, right? I do have Odyssey. I did get Odyssey. Remember, I accidentally ordered it. Oops, I hate when that happens. But yeah, I've already got Odyssey, so I can finish that page. So by the time I'm done, it'll be fun. I want to use all different colors, much like this, you know. Yeah, I like the circles too. See where you mix the colors on them. Yeah, I like that a lot. So, but I like this square one too. But I'm going to go back in now with this and do some shading, you know, where they're overlapping and stuff like this. This was just quick. So yeah, Lisa, Jean is up next. She comes on in 15 minutes and she does great watercolor. I don't know, I asked earlier and didn't get see the color to dye the seam binding. I'm not buying a bunch of junk, Eileen. I'm not doing that. I don't know. Yeah, she's on in 20 minutes. Well, 5 now, Jean, unless you're late. And I don't know if she'll be watercoloring or what she'll be doing, but yeah. I'll be cleaning up this mess and waiting for that magical papers to dry. You're playing with paper and mica powders. Oh, cool. And magicals. Oh, yay. So people get to watch magicals back to back. I didn't know you were doing that. Eileen made me do it. Hashtag it's all Eileen's fault. All right. I'm out of here. I'm going to clean up this mess, go jump in the shower, and I'll see you at Jean's. Have a great day. See you. Bye. If you watched on YouTube, thanks a lot.